Guys, let's take a look at the highlights between Nigeria versus Rwanda in the match day 7 of the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Nigeria players are coming out of the tunnel, same for Rwanda players. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching Sports Corner GH. Let me know what you think about the match today and who was your player of the match. National anthem between both countries.
Which was used until 94. Now, Nigeria.
So guys, the lineup for Nigeria, you can see that, and exactly same lineup for Rwanda. You can also see that on your screen. A moment of silence on the pitch from both teams. Now, the game began, and I was hoping for Nigeria to actually dominate this game, looking at the fact that they were playing at home. Nigeria playing at home means that they need all 4 3 points. Their talisman, Victor Osimhen, was in the game and posing a lot of threat. But if you take a look at the Rwandan team, their structure defensively was so good. But Nigeria, in the first 5 minutes, actually played so well. They wanted to do something. They really showed some progress. And you could see the way Osimhen was trying to do everything possible to make it happen for Nigeria. You can see that even though that was a foul, but I mean, the referee's decision. But Nigeria in that game did not stop. They kept on going and going. And that was a beautiful pass from Iwobi. I mean, they kept on going and going, but once again, I'm going to give credit to the Rwandan defense. It was so tight, well structured, and well organized. They came into this game to defend it because they are built in a counter-attacking team. Just look at this chance by Nigeria. This is going to be created, and it's a goal. But this particular goal was ruled for offside. Let me know if you think this is a goal or an offside. In my own opinion, it's a goal, but let me hear from you. Do you think it's a goal or it's an offside? Let me hear from you on this particular one down below in the comments. Now, let's move on to other things that happened in the game because I feel like at the end of the day, the referees have their own discretion. Now, Nigeria kept on creating most of the chances in the game, but the Rwandan defense was so good. And most of the times, Rwanda had a lot of players in the 18-yard box. They structured the team in such a way that they could play a counter-attacking football against Nigeria. Exactly what I'm saying is what you see on your screen. They took the ball and they pushed the ball forward, and you see almost every player. That's a long range shot, which will not be a trouble for Iwabali. But in my own opinion, that was how they were structured. Nigeria also created other chances from their own half. And I mean, I feel like a couple of chances that they created should have resulted into a goal. A couple of the chances they created should have resulted into a goal. They should have been more creative with the way they play their ball. And that was a long range shot from Ndidi. Now, Ndidi is the captain of the side because William Trostekon was dropped by Coach Eric Sakushel for Benjamin Fredericks. Nigeria did not stop. They continued to still lay mayhem on Rwanda, but Rwanda were able to, build their defense very tight to make sure Nigeria could not penetrate through. Yes, Nigeria could not penetrate through Rwanda. Now look at this incident here. Do you think the Rwandan player should receive a yellow card or a red card for this? I don't know what even started all this quarrel between Nwabali and the Rwandan player. But then let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Now you can see the ball still with Nigeria, and in fact, the whole of the first half, Nigeria had the ball with them, and this is the point that defined the rest of the game. Victor Osimhen getting injured, and that was very, very devastating to see because the whole game plan was on top of Victor Osimhen to play very well in the game, but exactly in the 25th minute, he got injured. But surprisingly for me, he continued the game. That was so surprising for me. But then when he got injured, I got worried for Nigeria because I did not know what the injury spanned from because he stood up immediately. But I mean, the doctors came out to even check him to make sure if he could continue playing, especially in the 27 minutes, to make sure if he can continue playing the game. And he told them that he could. So he continued playing the game, and you could see him on the ball. He was playing, and every single time I was looking at him, he did not feel really comfortable. But then Nigeria kept on creating chances, and they were not being clinical about it. Because that particular ball that we just watched, I mean, that ball should have been squared to the players in there. Yes, that ball should have been squared to the players in there. But it got to the 33rd minute. Victor Osimhen couldn't continue the game. He was substituted out, which was a very sad moment for everyone in the stadium, for Victor Osimhen himself, because he really wanted to do everything in his power to help Nigeria. But then that means the rest of the players need to carry on, and he was replaced by Cyril Dessus. Nigeria kept on playing, as usual as they did in the first half. But I felt like immediately Victor Osimhen left in the first half, the game was literally dead. Yeah, apart from the fact that Iwobi did that particular chance, like this one, the looping ball from top. Apart from this, like the whole of first half was just done. And I felt like Nigeria, looking at their forward, should have carried more attacking threat. Should have carried more attacking threat. But even with Victor Osimhen going, the game was literally dead until this moment where a counter-attacking football started from the goalkeeper in Wabali, and I felt like it should have gone. Iwobi should have continued, but he slowed the game down. The moment he slowed the game down, that particular counter-attack, the threat was gone. It was gone for Nigeria. So, guys, this is just to sum up how the first half went. Let me know what you think about the first half down below in the comments. For me, I think the biggest highlight is Victor Osimhen getting injured. Let's jump into the second half. So, in the second half, the coach decided to bring in Tolu Arokudari, and I was excited about that. That means a lot of attacking options for Nigeria. And just look at this. This is the goal Nigeria scored. Tolu Arukudari at the right place at the right time. This is so good. This is good. This actually shows you how good the coaches of Nigeria are. Bring in Tolu Arukudari. Physicality is there, presence is there, and he knows how to, poach as a striker. And I'm really happy for Nigeria to be able to score that goal. They really needed it in the game like this where Victor Osimhen got injured. And rightfully, he's wearing the jersey number 10. That was a beautiful goal there. The whole stadium was livid. Just look at this. Just look at the goal. Just look at the goal. Nicely done. Nicely done. And you know why it's not an offside, right? I hope you know why it's not offside. I hope no one comes and say this goal is an offside. I see people on social media say it's an offside, it's an offside. It's not, because the goalkeeper already even tried to save it. So first of all, look at the position of the goalkeeper. He touched the ball. So that place Arokudari. So, guys, you have seen the highlights. You have also seen whatever Nigeria can do in this game.